Yo, what's going on, Cowboys fans? Hey, it's your boy Foots. I'm on the road. Just when you think things can't get any worse, Trayvon Diggs gets hurt. And it's kind of like that's been what kind of season this is. And so I think that the Cowboys are now in definite operation. I wouldn't say tank mode, but operation future. As far as immediate future, as far as a rebuild, as far as the whole nine. Now, Jerry Jones comes out today and he says Mike McCarthy's the guy for the future, so does Stephen Jones, and I believe it. I mean, I don't think that nobody could have predicted what was going to happen to Mike this year whatsoever. Like, that's not even fair to him. It wouldn't be fair to move on from him after 1 year. Because I think that Mike is the guy for the job. The truth of the matter is, this roster and some of the pieces that were still on this roster from the Garrett regime, it's now starting to be plainly obvious and painfully obvious that some of these guys just can't play. Some of these guys just can't help your team. They're not going to help your team. And it's time that you purge. So I came up with a list, and the list is going to pop up on the screen. I got my notes right here. I probably shouldn't be looking at my notes and driving. And to make matters worse, my car, I think, is overheating, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, I can get to my destination. Y'all say a prayer for your boy. Lord, let me get to where I'm trying to go. But this purge list, it just has to happen. And there are just some guys on there, and I'm going to be on with Vach tomorrow, and we'll talk about it in depth. But there are just some guys on there, regardless of contract, that they just can't play in this league, and it's painfully obvious. And whether it's through the draft, whether it's through free agency, you somehow have to upgrade these positions. Whether these guys are already on your roster and they just need an opportunity, you have to upgrade these positions. And it's, again, like I said, it's painfully obvious. I'm not going to slander the quarterback. I'm not talking about drafting the quarterback. None of that. It's really just these players don't make the cut. And if you want to be a successful team, if you want to even, be able to evaluate your team in a successful light moving forward, these guys have to go. All right? And here they go. Tyrone Crawford, Jalen Smith, Tyra Smith. That may surprise a few people, but I'll get to him and why. Xavier Woods, and last but not least, for me, Connor Williams. Me and Vach argue about that, but I just don't think Connor Williams will play. Tyrone Crawford, it's over. He's giving you absolutely nothing. He makes absolutely no plays. I guess you can call, you signed him, what was that, 3 years back or whatever. I'm not great with the contract, so you guys help me out. I'm just judging the film and the production, and it's just non-existent. And it's to the point to where it's like, as a team, he does nothing for you. He does nothing for your team. On a team where you need D-line help, it's guys like him who have been blocking players like Neville Gallimore from getting on the field. I mean, when he gets on the field, he comes in, he makes plays. Like, that's all I want. I just want young talent. With this season in the dumps, in the drain, I want young talent to play. And I don't think that I'm wrong for wanting young talent to play, but I want young talent to play. And I want to see who can play. And I think that a guy like Tyrone Crawford is just in the way, whether he's at end, whether he's inside. I just think he's in the way. I think that you can figure it out. Antoine Woods, I mean, obviously he's like your one tag, but, I mean, whoever. Sign guys off the street, I don't know. But Neville, Tristan came on before he got hurt, so you would like to think, okay, moving forward, it'll be him, Neville Gallimore, and a few other pieces inside. I'll give Vach that credit. He was high on Tristan. He thought that he would be good, and he came on. He did some nice things. Tyrone Crawford is doing no nice things, so he needs to be off of this team immediately. He has to be purged. Jalen Smith, I think that if there's one on this list that you could possibly say, okay, he just needs to play Sam and just chase and run, and he doesn't have to read as much. That's fine. But like watching Leighton Vander Esch come back and play like a great linebacker just shows you how bad Jalen Smith has been. It's just been awful. Leighton Vander Esch, he reads his keys. He's a true middle linebacker. He's a true. He just knows how to play the game. I would not be surprised. I know I had Maya once, but I would not be surprised if Dallas, traded out and drafted a Micah Parsons or drafted, another linebacker, because the middle of the field and that linebacker position is so important on your defense, and you need speed and you just need instincts. And the sad thing about it is Jalen Smith has none. He's made plays before, yes he has. He's done some nice things. But the truth of the matter is this year offenses have just flat out exposed Jalen Smith. And it's really sad because you love his story. You love everything about Jalen Smith's story. You love everything about his work ethic. You love everything about the type of person that he is. But the player that he is stinks right now. And you have to be honest and you have to say, we have to upgrade that position. Is it a Luke Gifford? I, for the love of me, don't know why Joe Thomas doesn't play football for this team. Like, why he's not on the field. But that's another conversation. But, whatever you got to do, you need to do it, and you need to make it make sense. And Jalen Smith, right now, we have to be honest, Cowboys fans, it just does not make sense, period. Like, there's no you can tell me it doesn't make sense. Tyra Smith, the back is never going to get better. The neck, all his injuries are never going to get better. He must be purged, and for different reasons. Tyra Smith is a Hall of Famer, yes, but you can't be held hostage every year not knowing if he's going to play. Him basically snoozing, or whatever you want to call it, schmoozing through training camp. Okay? You can't do it. It's not fair to the team. If you want to upgrade the tackle position in the draft, if you want to, I like the way that, obviously Brandon Knight is no Tyra Smith. Like, whoever you put out there isn't going to be Tyra Smith. But you have to get somebody ready in the long-term future. That way your short-term isn't always affected, and you're not on, eggshells trying to figure out if Tyra Smith is going to play. Like, he went out on the first game of the season, guys. That's not good. And, USC Tyra Smith is never walking through the door again. Ever. Like, he's never coming back. And Cowboys fans have to understand that this whole, the PR team is going to put out that he's doing great. Stop. He's never going to be healthy again. It just is what it is. As you get older in the league, you don't get healthy. You don't get more healthy. If you're already injury prone, the injuries just continue to mount up. That's just how it works. Xavier Woods. And really, you could put Jordan Lewis on here as an honorable mention. Xavier Woods just can't play. And I had faith in Xavier Woods. That's the one I'll raise my hand and just say I was wrong, man. Like, I thought he would be able to do some things. He just has, again, no instincts. Now, I have been screaming draft the safety. It looks like Donovan Wilson is actually playing some good ball. I don't see him getting beat tremendously. But Xavier Woods is he's just not good enough to play in the NFL at a high level consistently. And it's hard. I mean, like, we have a lot of these needs, but I will say, I've been on the table for some of the guys that are playing good. You could even look at Ashton Davis, yesterday with the Jets. He was doing some nice things. I want Dallas to use a quality pick or a premier pick on a safety. What I mean by premier, I mean third, second, first on a safety. If you're high in the first and you want to trade and get more picks, that's fine as well. Whatever you want to do. But I want Dallas to use good resources on the safety position. And Xavier Woods, he let him go somewhere else. Let him kind of fade away. It's sad, but he's just, and the funny thing is like all these Cowboys fans wanted Jamal Adams. He's not having a good year either. He really is. I'm actually kind of glad Dallas didn't mortgage their future, because it looks like Seattle kind of wasn't smart. But they have the quarterback. So when you have the offense that can just score, but they do win games. Dallas wasn't winning games by scoring a lot. when they have an offense that can score so much, it kind of covers up just how bad that defense is now. Against Buffalo, that defense got exposed, but Jamal Adams really hasn't been having a good game. He's basically a linebacker who can do some slight coverage things, but not much. Not much. And so that's just the truth. And then Connor Williams, I'm just tired. I just don't want to, like, he can stay on the team, I guess, but I just don't want to see him playing guard ever anymore. Like, he doesn't move anyone. And this is where me and Vosh disagree. I want to at least see Connor McGovern play forward. I think that he can do that now. Are his feet as good as Connor Williams? Probably not. But Connor Williams too many times just gets bullied. Like, I just see him getting thrown like a child. And I'm just like, this is not good offensive line play. So, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's pundits out there who have found good tape of his, I guess. But, I mean, he's just not physical. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see, like, obviously, Biotis is hurt, because I was wondering, like, why isn't Biotis playing, but then he's hurt. So that's a thing. But I just don't think that Connor Williams is strong. Like, I just don't. If you want to move him to tackle, that's fine. I guess he could ride the ends out, and, you know, he has the feet to play tackle, definitely. But at guard, no. So probably need to purge him, too. So those are my 5 guys. You guys let me know what you think. And we'll be discussing this tomorrow on the show. It's your boy Foots. Peace. All right, Cowboys fans, I want to talk about channels for cheap. Listen, it's exactly what it sounds like. Channels for cheap. Any type of entertainment you want. TV, movies, sports. I'm talking about NFL games, guys. NBA games. Yes, there's going to be sports with everything that's going on right now. This is your chance to be able to basically get any channel that you want, any movie that you can ever think of, all available on channels for cheap. All you got to do is click the link in my bio. It's really that simple. Click the link right now in the description box. Channels for cheap. You got to do it, guys. It's really worth it. Trust me.